Hi there. The mass explosion of churches. In recent history, the Pentecostal Charismatic movement has seen the largest worldwide proliferation of new churches, media outreach, and mega sized congregations. This is in direct response to Christ's Great Commission to disciple the nations in Matthew chapter 28. Pentecostalism is the biggest and fastest growing Christian movement in the whole world since the Reformation. Its fastest growth is taking place in Sub-Saharan Africa, which is home to 44% of all the 279 million Pentecostal Christians across the globe. The Christian faith in Africa is growing exponentially, churches are overflowing, and missionary-minded leaders are planting new congregations weekly. Nigeria alone has more than twice as many Protestants, defined to include Anglicans and independent churches, as Germany, which is the birthplace of the Protestant Reformation. The center of Protestant influence has shifted to the developing world, particularly in countries like Nigeria, where it has become a dominant religious force. More than one in every four out of the 2.18 billion Christians worldwide is Pentecostal Charismatic. Christianity began in the Northeast Africa region. It is of no surprise that the spread of Christianity in Africa is explosive because the seed of the gospel was planted on the continent way before the advent of Western missionaries. Pentecostals and Charismatics make up 8% of the world's total population. Pentecostal Christians are members of Pentecostal denominations that teach and believe that all Christians should seek a post-conversion experience known as the baptism in the Holy Spirit. This experience is distinct and subsequent to the new birth, also referred to as the born-again experience. Baptism in the Holy Spirit empowers and equips the Pentecostal believers for life and service and bestows on them supernatural gifts of the Spirit, marked by the initial physical sign of speaking with other tongues as the Spirit gives utterance. Charismatics, however, are members of other denominations such as Orthodox, Catholic, and other Protestant denominations, but participate in some spiritual practices associated with Pentecostalism. The common denominator between Pentecostal and Charismatic Christians is that they place emphasis on the Holy Spirit and the manifestation of the gifts of the Spirit. The Pentecostal movement has drawn large followings, especially on the south of the globe, in Latin America, Asia, and Africa. In Latin America, Brazil has experienced the highest growth with an estimated 20 million Assemblies of God Pentecostal believers. Brazil remains the world's largest Catholic country, with about 23 million out of its population of approximately 191 million defining themselves as followers of the Vatican-based Church. There is a strong decline among the ranks of Roman Catholics, who now account for 64% of the country's population, down from 92% in 1970. On the other hand, the number of Protestant evangelicals has soared from 15% of Brazil's population just a decade ago to 22% or 42 million people. The downward trend of Catholicism is predicted to continue, and by 2050, Catholics will represent an estimated less than 50% of Brazilian churchgoers. The Pentecostals are taking over Brazil's religious scene. Many leaving Catholicism report seeking personal connection with God as the primary reason for their shift. Be blessed.